talk about deep linking in your Flutter applications. Um, so for deep linking or app linking, there are different types of linking actually. So in Android, there's app links and deep links, and in iOS we have universal links and custom URL schemes. So deep links and custom URL schemes are kind of similar. They are less strict in a way that you don't need you don't need to host a file in your server in order for you to implement deep links and custom URL schemes. And they can pretty much work with any kind of schemes. So not necessarily have to be HTTP or HTTPS. Whereas app links and universal links are more strict. You need to host a file in your server for them to work. So in this video, we're going to look at app links. Uh, why do we have to do app links if deep links are easier to implement, right? The one problem that I came across is that when you share any sort of link without the HTTPS or HTTP scheme in the beginning, most of the applications like WhatsApp or email clients wouldn't even recognize that it's a link. And I came across this problem um, because initially I implemented deep links and custom URL schemes, which is simpler and faster to get started. But when I tested it, the links are not working properly, mainly because of the HTTPS and HTTP scheme. In deep link, you can still do HTTPS or HTTP, but for iOS custom URL schemes, it doesn't work with HTTPS or HTTP, and you will have to do something like my app HTTP or some random custom scheme. And obviously, if you are starting a link with, my app HTTPS or some random name, um, most of the applications like WhatsApp or email clients are not going to recognize that it's a link. So it becomes pointless when users are trying to share a specific page or a link and it's not even clickable, right? So I prefer implementing app links and universal links, even though it's a bit complicated. It's not that complicated, but it has more steps comparing to deep links and custom URL schemes. So without a further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so I have um, my Flutter application ready. It's just a basic application with the main screen. So for the app linking, we're going to use this package, um, Unilinks. Okay, so install this, add it to your pubspec YAML. Okay, Unilinks. I've already added it to my project over here. Yeah, I've already added it. Okay, so the next step is to paste some configuration codes. We need to go into the Android manifest.xml file, which is in your Android app source main Android manifest.xml. Okay, and here we're going to have to paste this um, intent filter. So you can get this from the instruction of the package in the README. Okay, so for Android, as you can see, if you want to implement deep links, you can copy this intent filter, and then app link, you can copy this. Okay, so I've copied the app link over here, and then we will have to change um, the host. So the host is your domain name. So for my domain, it's deeplink.sparktechstage.com. This is my domain name. And then the scheme is HTTPS. And The path prefix, it's not a must, but for me, I want the link to direct to the app only if it's, blogs. So in that case, you can just add whatever prefixes that you want the app to pick up, right? But if you want it to work for any sort of URL under this domain, you don't even have to mention this. Okay, you can just remove that. Okay, with that being said, the next thing we'll have to do is set up the file in our server, right? So we changed the Android manifest. It's better to restart the app uh, or just rebuild it. Okay, so now we're going to go to the server. Okay, so this is my server, and let me log in. Okay, so in the root, we're going to have to create a folder, a private folder, dot well known. So this is as per the instructions that you can find here. Um, explains how to set this up. So as you can see, under your domain, you need to create a well-known folder, and inside you need to create a file, asset links.json. Okay, and then copy this snippet. So I've created the file inside dot well-known folder asset links.json. So once you paste that snippet, you're going to have to change the package name. So you can get the package name from your Android manifest file from the top. Okay, copy this and paste it here. And then the SHA-256 fingerprint. Okay, this is important. To get this, you can go into your Android folder. Okay, cd Android. Over here, you'll have to run this command um, for the Gradle signing report. So run this command /Gradle w signing report, and this is gonna do a configuration, and it will show you a bunch of signing reports, and you can copy the SHA-256 of the debug variant or the release variant. Both of them are fine. You'll have to copy this. I'm going to copy the debug variant and paste it here. Okay, and then save it. Okay, now make sure you can access this file. So just go to the browser and type in full path, the domain name, the .well known folder, and then the file.json, and then it should show the content, so that means it's fine. Now to actually verify this through Android, there's a link. We can verify it from the Google developers link. So you can go to this link. Okay, and then here you'll have to paste the domain name. So this is my domain name. Paste it, and then the app package name. The package name, and then the fingerprint. So copy this, paste it there. Then you can do test statement, and it should show this success. Host deep link grants app deep linking to the app containing this package name. Okay, so that is all set up. So to quickly test if this is working, I'm gonna go to this browser, and then I'm gonna type in the actual link. Okay, so https um, deep link dot sparktechstage.com slash well known. Sorry, it should be the actual link. Yeah, this one, blogs slash ID 123. You see, so as soon as I type this link, this is just trying to mimic, the user maybe clicking on this link from a message or through an email or something, and then the user clicks on this link, and then it's gonna open the app. Okay, so the connection between the app and the domain is working fine, and the app is able to, I'm found the Android system is able to identify that this link should be able to open your app because of the configurations we did so far. Okay, next we are going to see how to catch the ID or whatever that's coming in the link, right? So I'm gonna go to the main. Okay, so I have a basic screen here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna implement a function. So going back to the package, I'm gonna implement this listener function in my home. Okay, so we'll have to import this. Okay, I already have this imported, so get that out. Okay, this requires null safety. Sorry, here. And then we're going to initiate, we're going to run this listener. Okay, so basically we are opening a listener stream subscription, which is going to listen for any incoming uh, links or when user clicks on a link and then the app opens. Okay, so first we're gonna do if link is not null, then we're gonna parse the link. URI.parse the link and assign it to a variable. And then now we're gonna check if the link has the parameter query parameters. Check for the ID. It's not null. Let's just print it first. Print to string. Okay. Let me just write the print statement. Listener is working. Okay. I'm gonna restart hot reload. Okay, now let's try to hit that link again. Let me see if I have it here. HTTPS. Oops. The link.sparktextstage.com/blogs. Okay, so it opened the app, and did the listener work? There you go. So the listener is working, and it printed the ID. So here what we're going to do is redirect this to a specific page. So I'm going to create another page. New file, detail screen dart. I'm going to create a stateful widget, detail screen, and then import. So here let's pass the ID, right? So final, let's just say string for now, blog ID, and then I'm gonna make this required, this dot blog ID. Okay, and then here let's return a scaffold app bar detail screen, and put that in the widget. And then the body is we're just gonna show, we do a center child text detail screen for the blog with the ID of. Here I'm just gonna pass the blog ID, sorry, widget, what's happening, sorry, widget dot blog ID. Okay, so what's gonna happen is we are listening for incoming links, link triggers, and in the listener, if we have a successful link coming in, we parsing the link and getting the ID, and then I'm gonna navigate, push the detail screen, navigator dot of context dot push material page route builder context detail screen. We're gonna pass the blog ID, so just pass the blog ID. To string. Okay, so let's test this. I'm gonna hot reload. Okay, so let's try to trigger the link again. There's a better way to actually trigger this through ADB, but my ADB is not properly installed and it's not working, so sorry about that. Quickly type this https techstage.com/blogs ID 123. There you go. So the listener looked for the link, and then we got the ID of the blog, and then we're just pushing the detail screen and then passing the ID of 123. Okay, so there you have it. So that's how you can implement this. So this is the listener function. This works when your app is running in the background, right? But if your app is not running in the background and you want the link to trigger the app to be started and navigate, you'll have to implement this other function, get initial link, and just call it in your init state, and then you can handle it from here. Okay, so that's it. Hope that's useful.